Hey ladies, alright, so today I am 11 weeks 4 days. I am coming out of my first midwife appointment. Goodness. Alright, so this appointment, pardon me, I always get the hiccups. This appointment, as all my OB care has been transferred over to this office, they all kind of work together. So my maternal fetal medicine or high risk OB is in the same office with the midwives. So the midwives handle my standard OB care while the maternal fetal medicine handles all the high risk care. So fortunately it's just all the same office. Now they have records, they have a chart that they kind of share, but what she explained to me today is that my maternal fetal medicine doctor, his records do not transfer to the hospital. So this was basically like a new patient intake appointments where we went over a lot of redundant information like my medications and all of that. Now granted, since they share the same office, a lot of the information was already there. She just confirmed it all, and you know, we kind of just went over everything. So we were talking about my history, some of the labs they like to run, because they like to run the same labs and all that great stuff. So I was telling her that you know, kind of where we've been, what happened with my last appointment. And I'm sorry, this road here is like brick, so it's going to be really shaky. I'll try to hold it with my hand, maybe it won't be as shaky. But yeah, so I started telling her how the maternal fetal medicine doctor had signed me up for 24-hour urinalysis, which I had done. She said that came back passing with flying colors. She says your urine looks gorgeous. Those were her exact words. Also that I had to have the EKG, which is also done. The gestational diabetes education, which is also done. And then I have the eye exam scheduled. So she said, can I clone you? She like literally gave me a hug, I guess, because it's like, oh my gosh, you're getting all your stuff done. And then I was like explaining to her like my medications and how things have changed and what the doctor said the last time I talked to him and all of that. And I said, well, I'm an informed patient, so you're gonna get a lot of detail from me. And it's funny because my nurse case manager said the same thing. She said, well, I want to like wait a month before I talk to you again, because you seem to remember a lot of your details or whatever. So I just like being informed, you know. So there's that. And then there was no scan, but she did take out the Doppler. She said she wanted to hear the baby. She said, so they'll take out the Doppler and listen for the baby every appointment. So what she explained to me is that I would see them every 4 weeks until I'm 28 weeks, then every 2 weeks until I'm 36 weeks, and then every week. But they're not gonna let me go past 38 weeks, so I would only see them a couple times after that. So we'll be doing all of that, and I guess she said all my STD screening was up to date, with the exception of the HIV. And I guess since I had a pap smear last year, she said I only need that every 3 to 5 years, so I didn't have to get a pap smear. And they took blood today, I don't know if you can see that, to do the HIV screening. first trimester, third trimester, or maybe every I don't know. I forget what she said. She either said first and last trimester or every trimester. So it's something. Oh, they're checking my A1C every trimester, but I also see my endocrinologist, and he's checking it like every 4 weeks. Anyway, so I can just bring that in. I have a new log for my blood pressure, so I have to log my blood pressure. And then she said I only have to do that once a day. I did turn in the log for my glucose this morning. And I think that's it for like my appointments. So so far so good. Hopefully all these appointments kind of slow down. I don't come back again for another month. I did ask if I was okay to travel because my company wants me to go to the conference again, and I'll probably have to give 1 or 2 presentations. So that's in about a month. So she said I'd be fine to travel as long as I don't have any bleeding. So we'll see about that. And but so far so good. And I think that's it. So other than that, yesterday was my birthday, and I announced my pregnancy to the outside world yesterday, and it was pretty interesting. If you follow me on Instagram, you kind of got a glimpse of it. So usually for my birthday on Facebook, I'll make 2 posts. I'm in IT, so my posts around my birthday are a little techie, right? So usually in the morning, I'll post something like, Meek version 38, Meek version 39, whatever the year of my birthday. So, currently loaded. This may take a while. Please stand by, something like that. So this time, I posted pretty much the same thing, but with a picture of me on transfer day wearing my On My Way to Get Knocked Up shirt. So no one really reacted to the shirt. I think people who already know that I'm pregnant kind of just found it funny. But my aunt, who's an older woman, she pretty much made my day with her comment. So she I swear, I was on the floor laughing for like 15 minutes straight. Y'all, I swear, I'm not gonna get no work done today. Okay. Okay, so it's got my first reaction to my morning birthday post on Facebook. So it's my auntie. And she says she can't make out the rest of my shirt, right? So she says, LOL, I can't see the entirety. Knocked up, knocked out, or both, LOL. So I said, ding, 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 that would be knocked up. And so, I can't, y'all. This is my auntie. She says, however, some of us be knocked out after a good knocked up. LOL. Well, that's what I can remember. Yo. I'm on the floor. I'm rolling on the floor right now. It's a mess. Ooh. I ain't gonna get no work done today. None. Oh, y'all. Whew. I'm telling you. All I could do was put like the laughing my behind up emoji and said I'm on the floor right now. Then I said, well, in all honesty, I think that's what I remember too, but let's see how it goes, eh? So she didn't really respond to that. So no, I think a couple of girls that I went to high school with were kind of like, oh my gosh, that's awesome, good luck or whatever. So they totally wasn't seeing like the second post coming, right? So Later on that night at like 9 p.m., I made a second post, which was basically, you know, thanking everybody for the love, and how much I appreciated, you know, anybody who wrote to me, called me, texted me, or just thought about me. Thank you. And then I said how, like, I usually say, you know, the goal is usually to make this year better than the ones previous, but it couldn't get any better than this year because I got the best gift of all. Unfortunately, I can't open it for a while. And then I said, Meek 39.0 installation complete, with a little kiss at the end. And then in the picture was my announcement picture, which I will put here. So, didn't take long. There was a lot of congratulations. A lot of congratulations. Nobody asked who the pappy was. So, that's good that nobody asked. I think only like a few guys kind of came on and was like, oh, congratulations. But I think these are like kind of like big brothers, but like the guys that I grew up with, you know, who maybe tried to holler a little bit, not really anything from them on that post, but you know, maybe they kind of like, oh well, she knocked up now. So I don't know, but that was really good. But what's funny is the same aunt came on that post and was like, Tamika, what's going on here? She was so confused. And I said, Auntie, it's exactly what you see. This is not a drill. It's the real deal, Auntie. It's the real deal. And so she was just like, I mean, I'm old, so I mean, this morning's post and now this one, if it's true, congratulations. And I just want you to be happy. I'm like, it is. She was like, and maybe I need to make my plans to come down there in October. And I said, well, it is true. Thank you. We welcome your visit. We welcome your visit in October. And she's just like, I'm just speechless right now. And I'm like, so I just called her. I mean, it's like 12 o'clock at night by this point, and I know she's up because she's posting on Facebook. And so I just called her, and she was like, I just want you to be happy. And I said, I am. This wasn't by any happenstance. This has been a work in progress for almost 2 years. A lot of hard work and a whole lot of money went into this baby. So, and then it clicked for her, and she was just like, oh my gosh, I had a friend who did that, you know, and this is that and the other. And she said she did this like 30 years ago, and back then, you know, $10,000 was a lot of money. Can you imagine if IVF cost $10,000 today? I mean, it still kind of costs $10,000, but it's not really $10,000. It's more like $20,000 by the time you add on all the extra science that has come out in the last 30 years, right? So it's about the same. And I was just like, yeah. Now, I haven't done like official math, but I'll give you some roundabout numbers because a girlfriend of mine was asking like how much I thought I spent on this process, and I started adding some things up, and it's over $30,000 over the last, you know, 2 years. If you count like supplements, which I don't have an exact number on, acupuncture, the visits, having to pay out of pocket for that one IVF, the cost of sperm and shipping, and all of that, the monitoring, the co-pays, and all that good stuff. I mean, over $30,000, so it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, there are other ways I could have spent $30,000. You know what I mean? So, you know, she's happy for me, and I think, you know, she had no idea, you know, that I've been trying for the last 2 years. Now, the other thing about announcing is, I've been telling people, I said it's only a short line from here to my mother. So, you know how I've been saying how I don't have the best relationship with my mom. Don't talk to her. She has no idea I'm going through this process, or at least I don't think she has any idea of me going through this process. And the thing is, I don't talk to her. I have not talked to her about this at all. So she has not heard from me directly about this pregnancy. But I knew announcing on Facebook, it would get to her quick, fast, and in a hurry, because I am friends with all her sisters on Facebook. And the sisters can't hold water. So, well, one sister can hold water, because there is one sister who's close to my sister, and she's known the whole time. And I don't think she said anything to my other aunts. So she is, aside from the aunt that was commenting before, but that aunt is like my mom's sister-in-law. But the aunt that knows, she did comment on it, but it wasn't news to her. So it was just kind of like, okay, it's out now. Now, I had a cousin, which is a daughter of one of my mom's sisters, text me instead of commenting on the post itself. And she was just like, hey, cuzzo, are you expecting? And it turns out they're actually here in Orlando visiting. But she didn't tell me that she was here in town. And I was just like, oh, well, I got a long day tomorrow, but I could probably, you know, like come and visit y'all, since today is like their last day. They're going to leave tomorrow morning. So, I don't know. She was just like, no, just rest. We'll be back in July. So I'm like, all right then. I'll see you guys back in July, you know. We'll just keep in touch. Until then, she's like, oh my gosh, if you need anything, I know you're going to be a first-time mom, and, you know, and all of that. So, so yeah, so that's kind of how that's going. And, oh man, I got to sneeze. So, use a turn signal, homie. Like, come on, seriously. So yeah. So that was kind of like the excitement of yesterday, and I guess confusion, because, you know, my aunt, I knew the Facebook audience, there was gonna be a lot of happiness, and there was going to be a segment in that audience that would just be in like utter shock, right? But I'm not friends with a lot of people on Facebook. I think I have like 380 friends on Facebook. Most of these people are like the people I grew up with, and people that I went to school with, middle school, high school, that kind of thing, and family. So I don't just friend just anybody on Facebook. So and I don't make a big deal out of my birthday either. I didn't do anything. If you follow me on Instagram, you notice like my hair wasn't particularly done. I was basically chilled out working all day long. Didn't really move off my couch all day. I didn't have any appointments all day yesterday or anything like that. So, you know, I'm just hanging out, chilling. I think the most interesting thing that I did yesterday was announce. So that was that. And so it's been good. It's just been a lot of congratulations, a lot of I'm happy for you. I went to an all-girls high school, so the last year and a half has been really rough on Facebook, because, you know, all-girls high school, that's all you see getting posted are engagements, weddings, pregnancy announcements, birth announcements, and everything. And I think everybody thought, you know, it was just a really cute announcement, best birthday announcement ever. And it was just really really touching, really heartwarming to see so many people so happy for me. And it's weird because I'm 39, and you know, I think a lot of people were just like congrats or congratulations, but 39 is up there, you know. And I know that there are probably like some thoughts around like, wow, 39, she went all this time without having a kid, and now, you know, she wants to have a kid. And it's just like, I mean, yeah, I'm single. No, I'm not married. No, you never hear me talking about a dude, mentioning a dude at all. And actually, I have not mentioned a dude. Like, I might have mentioned one in passing, like just like kind of like talking smack about dating, but I have never, ever posted a picture of me and another guy on any social media, which I don't even, not MySpace, not back when I was using MySpace. I don't really use Instagram for me personally. I mean, this is probably the most personal. I mean, the Instagram I have related to this channel is probably the most personal Instagram that I have, and that I have trouble keeping up with that as well. So it's just like nobody ever hears me talking about a dude, like, ever. So I knew there would be questions, but nobody asked anything. So it's kind of like, okay, is this some sort of happenstance? Like, you know, how she make this happen? Nobody knows, like, my story. And so far, nobody's asked any questions, like, about, well, I'm not gonna say nobody's asked any questions, but I just had the shirt that said I'm on my way to get knocked up. And I think the women who I went to high school with, or I should say the women, not everybody that I went to high school with, but people I grew up with, co-workers and whatnot, they understood the shirt, and I think they understand the fertility journey, or the fertility treatment journey. So the shirt rang bells for them. For everybody else, it was kind of like a funny shirt. You know, if you're not familiar with the fertility journey and fertility or IVF, it wouldn't have clicked to you in that way. So I think, you know, they the women who got it was just like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. And and the women who didn't, it was just kind of like, okay. So I didn't get a lot of comments on that first post, except from like people who were just telling me happy birthday. I didn't get any comments like on the shirt. But then one of the ladies was just like, oh my gosh, I did fertility treatments, and I just read your shirt, and it's just like, so are you pregnant, or are you trying to get pregnant? And I said, well, do you want the spoiler or do you want to wait? She's like, give me the spoiler. And I was like, I'm preggers. I am preggers. And she's like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm so happy for you. And I, you know, I saw her at my reunion, and she's actually the one girl, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but she actually brought her baby with her to the reunion. So, and she sat at my table at the high school reunion. So, you know, and I was just like, you know, you don't know this, but I had just had a failed embryo transfer right before the reunion. So, you know, I've been working on this for a while, you know. And so she was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. You know, a lot of people are just like, that's, you know, a great birthday gift, and all of that. So just a lot of happiness around. And I'm glad that there wasn't like any negativity. I mean, I could have gave it the old IVF spin, but my journey is more than just IVF. You know, I did IUI, I did home insemination. You know, it's way more than just IVF and the needles. You know, it's just the journey to get here. And I didn't explain that that this was 2 years in the making. It's just, I got the best gift ever, and that's that. You know, how the baby got here is of no consequence. The baby's here, the baby G's coming, and that's that. So yeah. That's that, you know. So I don't know what to tell anybody else. You know, if anyone is curious, you know, they can certainly message me if they're curious about, you know, who the father is or whatever. I think in this whole situation, I've only been asked who the daddy is by one person, and that was from my best guy friend, when I told him that I was trying, and he said, who's the daddy? And I was just like, a sperm donor from a bank. And that was that. Now, in his defense, back when I was 30 years old, I did ask him to go half on a baby with me in 3 years, if neither one of us were close to being married. And he didn't say yes, he didn't say no, he just said he needed to think about it, but we never talked about it again. But he was married in 3 years anyway, so all of that was of no consequence as well. So I give him a pass for asking who the baby daddy is, because you know, I give him a pass on that, because I did ask him to be my baby's daddy at one point in life. So that was that. You get a pass, but you don't get to ask. But he did text me for my birthday, text me happy birthday. I told him thank you. Then he sent me a picture of his 9-month-old son. And then he said, are you pregnant yet? And I said, well, do you want the spoiler or do you want to wait? He was like, give me the spoiler. So I sent him some pictures. He was like, oh my gosh, congratulations. And that was that. So he's on Facebook too, so he'll see the announcement, but he hadn't really responded to it or anything. Now, I do have a couple of extra co-workers who I am friends with on Facebook who did not know prior. So this is going to be a pretty interesting meeting in a half hour because I am leading a tech call with the team. And yesterday was my birthday, so there might be, you know, a few happy birthdays in there or happy belated birthdays. But because I announced yesterday, there might be a little bit of talk about that. So I don't know. I haven't like announced to my team, although close to half the team already knows. But it would be good, I guess, to get it like out and just be like, okay, I'm pregnant. Let's just put it out there. I'm pregnant. It's not, you know, a secret or anything. But we'll see if anybody mentions it. If nobody mentions it, you know, it's not really anybody's business. But I am going to this conference in a month, and I will likely have a bump by then. So if nobody mentions anything today, I guess folks will see me, and that'll be that. It's kind of like, yeah, but you know, I'm a fluffy girl, so somebody might just think I'm just extra fat and gain some weight. I don't know that they'll equate it to a baby bump, so we will have to see. We will have to see. But I also will have to see what oh, my leg is hurting, I guess from my Lovenox shot last night. We will have to see what my little workwear will look like for that trip, especially since it's a month from now. I'll be about 14-15 weeks, well, 15-16 weeks then. So maybe I'll have a little bump. I'm not sure. I'll probably just look a little extra fluffy. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But who is this guy? Some new guy coming out the neighbor's house. What's up with that? Anyway, but yeah, so this is getting late. It's getting on to a half hour, so I want to close this video out and get in here and get me a little snack. I think I'm about due for a snack since I had breakfast a little early. I had breakfast at 7:30 this morning, and it is now 10:30. So it has been 3 hours since I've eaten, so I definitely have to get a snack in. I'm starting to feel like my glucose coming down a little bit, so time to get in here, get a snack, drink some water, because I've not had any water, and I have to give them urine today. That's the other thing. They're going to do a urine culture. They had not done that, so they're going to do a urine culture. If they find anything in there, they'll just prescribe me some antibiotics, and that'll be that. But I'm not sure that they'll find anything in there, because I do take a probiotic every day, so that helps. Pregnant women are susceptible to like yeast infections and bacterial vaginosis and all that great stuff. So I take the probiotic, you know, to help with all of that. So hopefully that'll be fine in my urine. But yeah, so whew, that was a lot of talking, and now I'm out of breath. All right, ladies, so that's my update. Again, I don't have a sizing on the baby because she didn't do a scan. She just listened with the Doppler. Heart rate was about 156, 155, 156, something like that, she said. Don't mind my ashy arm. I didn't have time for lotion this morning when I was getting ready. So one thing she did do, after I asked her about traveling in a month, what she did is she gave me a copy of my record, like all the records that they've collected about me, about my pregnancy, pardon me, all my information, vitals, blood tests, the fact that I'm O negative, and if I did start bleeding, I would need another Rogaine shot. and all of that stuff is in here. She's saying all my vaccines, all this stuff is, I know. I mean, I haven't had chicken pox, I haven't had Gardasil, I have had MMR, and I haven't had a flu vaccine. All that's listed here is I know. But yeah, so they've just got all these notes on me, and she said it's a lot easier, and they got like my plan and all of that. So I'm actually going to read through this and see my plan and all of this in case somebody forgot to mention anything to me. So yeah, so I'm actually going to read through this and see if there's something else in here that maybe I'm missing that I need to be doing, or anything like that. So as of right now, my next appointment is for my NT scan. That's going to be next week. So that is the scan where they check the spacing between the baby's neck to make sure everything is normal there. And then my next scheduled appointment would be with the midwives again, May 9th, and then June 4th I will see maternal fetal medicine again for my anatomy scan. I'll be about 18 weeks then. So yes, lots is going on. I'm glad these appointments are starting to space out. I do have appointments every day this week. I think I have a dentist appointment on Thursday. That's tomorrow. Friday, I think I have a chiropractic I think I have a chiropractic appointment on Friday. And I have acupuncture tonight. So it's just a lot of appointments this week. It was a lot of appointments last week, but I think I'm through the bulk of it. As far as like the testing and everything, they saved me a trip to LabCorp by taking the blood today for the HIV screening, which she said that was the only thing that I was missing, and everything else is like peachy keen. You know, they're just going to watch me closely. There are always questions about whether I have a history of depression and all of that. I've said on this channel before that I have been treated for depression before. That was in like 2010. I've not been treated for depression since then, although I am back to seeing my counselor. So because I was feeling down after my first failed transfer, so but I'm not on any medication. So, you know, I see a counselor. She can't prescribe me any medication. She's not trying to refer me to a psychiatrist for any medication or anything like that. We're just talking it out and going through the business. And right now, I don't have those down feelings. Right now, I just have a lot of like fatigue. And as of right now, that's the only pregnancy symptom I have is the fatigue. I don't even have the constant like going to the bathroom or anything like that yet. I can say baby has raised up from behind my pelvic bone. I think that's just because he's bigger. He is bigger, so, and that's probably has a lot to do with my insulin resistance. So if we can slow that down a little bit so he's not too big of a baby when it comes time to give birth, that would be great. So I think what I might have to do is start like scheduling out the people who want to come visit me, because I think it's going to be a lot of people around here come October who are like, you know, wants to come out here and visit and help, and because I'm by myself and I'll have a newborn, and I think people just want to be helpful, and I don't know if that will annoy me or not. I just know that there are certain people that will annoy me in general, like my mother. So it's kind of like if she wanted to come, I don't want to be dealing with my newborn and my mother at the same time, because my mother's a drama queen and an attention whore. So I don't, considering our relationship, I don't need her here trying to tell me what to do with my baby, right? So that's just kind of how I feel about that. But to sign this out, because now we're officially over 30 minutes and I keep talking, I am still working on my registries. I will let you know when I'm done with those. I think people are like, I want to come, I'm coming to the baby shower, and I'm just like, I don't know who's throwing the baby shower. You're up there in Philly, I'm down here, so who's throwing the baby shower? I don't know. I don't know if anybody will throw me one up there. If they do, would probably have to be pretty early, probably before I hit 30 weeks for me to go up there for a baby shower. Something down here I'm not sure when that'll happen. There are people interested in a baby shower here, but who's gonna plan it? I ain't planning my own baby shower. I don't have time for that. I'd rather just listen. Here's my registry, and we can just do this thing online. I'll set up one phone and be on Facebook Live. Set up a computer and be on, you know, YouTube Live. I might even set up another phone and be on Instagram Live. You know, and you know, people, you know, just kind of go live, because I think Instagram gives you like an hour, and just open gifts. You know, because I'm tired. And I work, and between all these appointments and trying to get stuff done and having a high-risk pregnancy and all of that, I don't want to be bothered with planning a baby shower. So, yeah, I don't want to plan my own baby shower. If somebody wants to throw me one, great. But I just don't want to plan it myself. I don't want that responsibility. I don't want to have to do that. I'm tired. I don't want to do that. But if somebody wants to come visit me, you know, I'm all for that. And, you know, hang out, help out, clean something up, mow the lawn. Somebody wants to come help me out in that regard, I'm welcoming it. Okay? I'm welcoming it. But I'm going to let you ladies go. I'm going to get in here and get my snack. Sticky baby dust to all those CTC. Bye. Hopefully next time I'll have more presentable hair. See you ladies later.